Cancer, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Cancer, starting today, the 11th of August, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on Twitch is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on YouTube is the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, Suzanne, and thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate you so much, and thank you to all you Cancers and friends of Cancers for joining us today for this 2-week reading. If you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, just use those timestamps right in the video description to fast forward to the reading. I'm reading with this beautiful Tarot del Romero, and I've already purified with this 300-year-old recipe for eau de cologne that I made myself, and you can find that recipe and how to make it, plus how to purchase this deck by visiting the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. 2-week reading for all you Cancers. That goes out to a lot of Cancers, so sometimes it may not feel like it applies to you, and if that's the case, just disregard it because it's probably not meant for you. And if that happens, you may want to check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or remember that we have a general reading every single day but Monday for all signs, and once a week, every Sunday night, we come out with a reading for the week. It's a pick a card reading for all signs. You can find all of that on my website. Just click on the free tarot readings link right in the video description. Excuse me, right in the main menu on my website, ariels-corner.com, Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you happen to be watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch. And you can watch on Twitch without ads if you subscribe to us. If you want to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/Ariel Gatoga, paypal.me/Ariel Gatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat. And if you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you could use a super thanks if you want to give a donation on the platform. We do appreciate all your support, but that's not why we're here. Why we're here is you, Cancer, to give you the best reading I can. So to that end, I'm going to shuffle this maybe 2 more times and then give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Cancers. Yahoo! Gorgeous. All right, we have Queen of Wands, we have 4 of Wands, and we have 8 of Coins. Very nice, I would say. So this Queen of Wands is what you've been up to. Some of you have been going back to school. Some of you have been taking training. Some of you have been doing some kind of practicing. Some of you have been nurturing a new business or an existing business, trying to get a new job promotion, somehow nurturing your work, nurturing very important work in your life. And it's paying off. This 4 of Wands is saying it's starting to come together, and now what's wanting to happen is Jupiter's wanting to expand on all of your work. It's like Jupiter underwrites your efforts and gives you back so much more than what you put into it. The way that you can make sure that that's happening and really invoke and solidify that Jupiterian energy is by getting things in order in regards to your work. Frequently, this is completing unfinished tasks, looking back and saying, well, what have I been procrastinating? And then taking care of that. Don't think of it as like a chore, like, oh, I gotta do that. Don't do that. Think of it as an invocation of Jupiter. When you think of it as an invocation of Jupiter, you get very excited about finishing those unfinished tasks, and because you know that what you're doing is expanding all of your success in a way that you could never do on your own. And it's just a way to align with that energy. Now, this also can include things like cleaning out your workspace, making sure that all of your work is well organized, things are very orderly. Now, where you're headed is this 8 of Coins, and that means also that you have an opportunity not only for your work to expand, but for your wealth to start really picking up steam. And it's telling you how to do that, and that's through the planet Mercury. The 8s are Mercury. So in the suit of Coins, frequently Mercury shows up as the Hermetic principle of as above, so below. What that means is that what you feed to your money is what your money is going to bring you back. So watching your attitude, especially while you're spending money. making sure that it's not done out of fear or begrudgingly or annoyance because things are too expensive or whatever, or I don't think I can afford this, or any of those kinds of things. Instead, be fearless about how you spend your money. I don't mean fearless meaning that you should be unwise, I don't want you spending money, frivolously. But I'm saying if you're going to be spending money anyway, let's say you're at the grocery store and you have to buy those groceries, rather than thinking, oh, I don't know, this is kind of expensive, what am I going to do? Well, you got to spend it because you got to have the food, right? So instead, you're going to say, I'm so grateful that I can afford to buy this food. I am so happy, and I give so much thanks and praise for the fact that I have enough money to put food on my table. That is beautiful. That is a blessed thing. When you change just that little bit of attitude from to all of a sudden you're telling your money what you want more of. I want more to be grateful about. I want more about financial gratitude, not I don't have enough or everything's too expensive. I don't want more of that. I want more of I have enough money to buy everything that I desire, right? And so it's all about the attitude that you carry while you're in that transaction. So it's very easy to not have that praiseful, grateful attitude while we're spending. It's very easy not to, just because we live in a fearful world, and we are taught and trained by this world to be scared, be very, very scared. And is it any wonder that we live in a world that gives us a lot of evidence that there's so much to be scared about? We never think about it that way, do we? We always think, I'm reacting to what's out there. We never think of, we're putting what's in here out there and then responding to it. We as a species. So you can go traveling way above the fray simply by listening to the wisdom of the Eight of Coins and say, I'm going to conjure the attitude, especially when I'm spending money, but pretty much everywhere, of what I want more of, rather than succumbing to any kind of negative attitude, or because all I'm going to be doing is, no matter what attitude I have, I'm instructing my deep mind what I want more of. Interesting and fascinating and very powerful. All right, we've got the Five of Cups in the past, we've got the Ace of Coins in the present, and you are headed to the Wheel of Fortune. And that Wheel of Fortune is a direct extension of this Four of Wands, because the Four is Jupiter, and so is this wheel. These are Jupiter. So you have a lot of Jupiter going on, Cancer. That's a lot of expansion, a lot of wealth, a lot of mercy, and a lot of good. Now, when things really get moving, the lesson of the Wheel of Fortune is things are going to get moving. Things are really going to expand. What do you have to do? You have to stay centered. You have to stay really centered in that positive gratitude, because the more you do that, the more that expansion can happen without any kind of volatility. But if you're not centered, if you're just really focused on all of the manifestations and really worried about living your life outside of yourself, then it's as if you're hanging out on the outer rim of this wheel. And as the wheel goes faster and faster, you have to hold on for dear life, and you might even get flicked off if you're not careful. However, if you are sitting in the center where this heart is, or even up here, sometimes these cards have a platform where this figure is sitting on top of the wheel, and you don't feel any volatility. And what that is, that the message there is just staying centered and calm and focused and peaceful, no matter what's going on around you. What that does is it allows the expansion of your prosperity to happen around you without you getting caught up in the volatility of it. Because even really positive things can be highly stressful if we're not centered. And then what we do is we turn those really positive things into negative things, because we're reacting to the stress rather than reacting to the truth of what's going on. So be careful of that, but also be aware that that's not something that's ultimately supposed to be negative. That's something that's supposed to be very, very positive, because all of your good is expanding. You've got so much Jupiter. So staying centered, focused, and orderly and organized. Now, this Ace of Coins is saying that today marks the beginning of a new phase of prosperity in your finances. And this is one of the reasons why you have to stay so focused and centered on your attitude, especially your attitude regarding money, anytime you're dealing with money, anytime you're talking or thinking about money, because you have a lot of power to increase your wealth. Not only your work, but your work is tied to your wealth as well. So it's a very prosperous reading for you, but you have to be in the driver's seat. It's not, you can't be passive about this. You can't just say, well, that's great, I'm glad, where's the money? No, you're in the driver's seat. The money's coming through you. And the way that you can expand that, like I said, is to be very centered, very calm, and extremely grateful for even what seems to be a small blessing in your life. In fact, the small blessings are the thing to look for. There's an old saying that says, mind the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves. Now, to a lot of people, that means be frugal. But that's not what it means in this reading. What this means is be grateful for the small things, because then the big things will take care of themselves. Be grateful for the smallest little bit of prosperity. That plugs you into so much power. That plugs you into so much power. And that helps you stay centered in this wheel, so that wheel can grow and grow and grow, and your good expands. Now, speaking of your good expanding, I do have a meditation based on the Wheel of Fortune card that you may want to listen to if you have time over these next couple weeks, because it's all about optimizing this reading for yourself, because this is such a positive reading. The name of that meditation is Expanding Your Good, and you can find it on my YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube and search for Expanding Your Good Gatoga, and it'll come right up with that. Or you can go onto my website, and there's a listing for all the tarot card readings. And I'm sure by now the moderators have even put the link to that meditation on there for you. So I would recommend that you listen to that, and if not, at least do it on your own, where you're finding yourself nice and centered and focused and relaxed, and allowing that Jupiter energy to underwrite you and expand it for you. And so that way, like I said, that's how you should be active. That's how you want to be active. Not so much trying to figure out where's the money coming from. That's not the kind of active. That's being taken care of for you. That you can be passive about. What you have to be active about, Cancer, is your attitude and your centeredness. Being centered on and relaxed and focused, and being very aware of even the smallest little bit of prosperity. The more gratitude you can have for that, the more you're going to feed the overall prosperity that wants to come into your experience now. Now, this Five of Cups is wanting to pull you back into the past. So whatever the negative stuff that you've been going through, the depression, the moodiness, the sadness, whatever has been going on in your life, don't allow that to color this. You have to learn how to forgive that past, Cancer, and let it heal without regurgitating it, without litigating it in your present time. Instead, you want to focus on being very centered, relaxed, and prosperous. So that's another meditation you may want to listen to, is that Magic Minute. It's called the Magic Minute. You can just go to YouTube and search Gatoga Magic Minute. Learn how to do that Magic Minute. And if you do that even just for a couple minutes a day, you're going to really get the benefit of this centeredness, so that you can get the full benefit of that expansion of your good that Jupiter is here for right now. And it's going to be happening for a while, it says. So get ready. Stay centered. Stay grateful. You've got this, Cancer. Get ready for a huge expansion in your good. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, get some things finished. Make sure that you look at any kind of stuff that you've been procrastinating about, things that are incomplete, things that are disorderly, especially in your work, because you want to take that care of that now. Not only is that going to invoke more of this Jupiter, but it's also going to make you ready for the prosperity when it comes, so that you're not caught off guard. Awesome 2 weeks, it looks like. All right, I'll be back in 2 weeks for another reading for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to the amazing Suzanne and the amazing Jennifer for moderating. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Cancer. Much love and many, many blessings.